My feeling exhausted.
You tell these kind of haunted houses and all that. So in that way, is Vastu can do anything in such sort of things?
See, it not. This is an external entity.
Okay.
Haunted houses. There is an external entity. We have heard about it and we have seen. That's what. Then this aura scanners come in to help.
Okay.
We, as Vastu consultant, we use this aura scanners also.
Okay.
Wherein if they say we feel that something is negative here, or we can smell something different.
Okay.
That is also I've experienced. If there are some tendencies, okay, this house I have had so many tendencies, then the numerology chart helps a lot. One, the Vastu is not correct, there have been, and one, repeated numbers in their chart which I have analyzed. That definitely gives. So definitely when you have these two problems together, it magnifies your problem. एक तो न्यूमरोलॉजी खराब, ऊपर से घर का वास्तु खराब, तो दिखेंगे.
Is life and death related to Vastu? Is there any means of tragedy happening if the Vastu goes wrong? Is Vastu a science or an old belief system that refused to die? Can Vastu actually change your health, your marriage, and your prosperity, or is just an explanation given? Hi, I'm Purushottam, Senior Architect from Brick and Bolt. Today we are stepping into the world of Vastu with one of the Vastu expert. Let's welcome Sandhya ji, who is the numerology and the Vastu expert, who has given Vastu remedies to the modern world. Today we are not only doing do's and don'ts of Vastu, we'll be questioning you, we'll be actually knowing what's the actual remedy of Vastu. So welcome, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Purushottam ji, for having me here today. And I'm super excited today for the questions you have lined up for me.
Sure.
Thank you.
I think I'll be having a bunch of questions that are all here, and I'm very eager to listen to these answers.
I hope I'm able to answer all your questions properly. Let's start.
Sure. I think the first question, and I think this is very basic. So basically, Vastu implementing in the first place. I mean, do you think it's essential? What do you think?
Yes, basically Vastu was implemented to align the house spaces with 5 elements of nature, going in for air, water, space, fire and earth. When these are all aligned, we get good harmony results at home, our living spaces. So yes, Vastu is essential with applying basic principles at home and working places. It definitely improves harmony and prosperity.
But if somebody does not follow a Vastu, is it like a psychological guilt or any financial problem that they're going to face?
No, it's not like that, but it's always better to apply basic Vastu principles so that there's no psychological guilt or what you said is financial troubles like that. I can quote a very good thing here. When a person is very disturbed and not having anything to work with, mood swings are more high, feeling depressed, sad, then definitely it's a psychological effect. A person might think, oh, I should have got Vastu done. And when we actually look into it, their west of northeast will definitely be disturbed with this kind of feeling coming up. And financially, what you asked me is, if your north is very much disturbed, you can feel financial crunches, you're not getting growth, success, you're not getting opportunities. So there is a financial. So consequences are seen if Vastu principles are not followed in, at least the basic Vastu principles are not applied in working places.
I think in the further podcast, I think we'll get to know what are those basic,
Yes,
and so the viewers can
you will.
understand
Certainly
that.
you will.
Yeah. So there's one more. Many critics says Vastu is orthodox and outdated.
Oh, no, I don't believe in this. Vastu is not at all superstitious, outdated or orthodox.
Okay.
We have good text to support this. Starting from, we can go to the oldest part, starting from Ramayana, Mahabharata. I can't go too much about it because there's very limited literature about Vastu there.
Okay.
But when we go deeper into Vedas and Puranas, rooted to Indian culture, we have 4 types of Veds which you must be knowing: Rig Ved, Sama Ved, Yajur Ved and Athar Ved. So there is a Ved called Athar Ved which has an Upved, that is a sub-Ved of Athar Ved called Sthapatya Ved, which talks beautifully about Vastu architectural principles. Sthapatya Ved is architectural principles. So that has lot of basic liners.
Okay.
In that Vedas time, just imagine how old this could be. So this is not superstition. We have text to prove. Then after Vedas, you have Puranas. You have Agni Puran, Matsya Puran, Garud Puran. You have Devi Bhagavad Puran. So there is no a combined book as such which talks about principles, but there is mentioning of these Vastu principles in bits and pieces in this Purans. So this is one of the oldest texts that supports Vastu not being orthodox and not being superstitious. Then we have the next thing which is very supportive, which is good for architects like you also, called the Vishwakarma Prakash. We call that as Bible for architects and Bible for Vastu consultants also. Most of the Vastu principles, Vedic Vastu principles, are laid down in that book, which you can refer. I think all architects should refer that. And in today's generation, in today's centuries passed on, it is available in many languages also.
Okay.
So that's a Bible for us as well as the architects.
I think even when we see our major labor contractors and all, they keep their Vishwakarma as their god.
Yes.
So maybe in that
Yes.
point of perspective.
Because it is again a Purana that is available in written text. So how do we call it as orthodox or superstitious?
Okay.
Definitely it's evolved from centuries. There has been changes, people have come up with everything evolves. So this is it is not orthodox.
I think with
would
the
not say that.
evolution, there are slight
Yes,
mismatches that
yeah,
people are
and
not
I would
following.
not say it's orthodox or
Okay,
superstitious.
that's great.
We have good proofs in our Vedas, Puranas, and books, texts that support this Vastu.
Okay,
Yes.
that's right. And one more thing is, why Vastu is only dominant in India? That is what we feel as what we have seen across the thing. People in India are very particular of Vastu. Like if the building is not in Vastu, they're like, I'm not going to touch this house.
No, Vastu is prominent in India because I feel it's originated here.
Okay.
And every country has its own form of Vastu. It's like you see China. China follows Feng Shui form of Vastu. You see European countries, they have this sacred pyramid drawings or sacred pyramid structures. That is their form of Vastu. But I feel every region, every country has aligned itself with nature for harmony and peace. That's their kind of Vastu. So
Okay.
in India, it's our kind of Vastu.
But eventually, don't these Vastus contradict with each other? Suppose Indian thing and the Chinese thing and the European thing.
No.
Are
I
they
feel-
aligning in the same thing, same principles?
Yes, they're almost aligning the same. Just maybe a word like in India, we call it space as one of the element of Vastu.
Okay.
Whereas in Feng Shui in China, they call it the space as metal.
Okay.
So that's the only difference. But there are basic 5 elements of nature which are aligned to go about with Vastu. That is being air, water, fire, earth and space. These basic 5 elements have to be balanced, whether it be Chinese Vastu or the remedies might change,
Okay.
but the principles are still the same.
But do you think that if I'm going to China, should I follow Indian Vastu or the Feng Shui Vastu?
See, sun rises in the east, sets in the west.
Hmm.
So I think you can follow anyway what you're comfortable with.
Okay.
Just your placements and a balancing of energy is very important. All the 5 elements balancing is very important. So whether keep it Chinese Vastu or Vedic Vastu.
Okay. Got it.
It's called the Desh Kal Paristiti, what we say. So if your Vedic remedies are not available in China, you'll have to go in for Feng Shui
Feng
remedies.
Shui.
If your Feng Shui remedies are not available in India, you have to go in for Vedic remedies. It's very simple.
And how about Indians living in other countries like Canada, Dubai, and they're purchasing a property there? And how are they actually seeing Vastu there?
Sir, if they reach out to me, and I feel anyone in this world can get Vastu done.
Okay.
And if they reach out to a Vastu consultant, definitely we can give good remedies. First of all, we see the energy of the house through their, when we are in Kaimabra or something. But it's very easy because there the rules are a little rigid. What you're talking is outside India,
Yes.
the rules are little rigid structurally. You're not
Yes.
able to change many factors there. But I think in India also, people are not ready to break down their structures. It's almost the same thing. Like, they say, ma'am, हमारा मेहनत से घर बना हुआ है, अब बिना तोड़-फोड़ का वास्तु कर दो. So abroad also we can do that. It's nothing like that. We are restricted to do Vastu remedies abroad.
Okay.
Let there be restrictions. There are good, very supportive Vedic remedies, good Feng Shui remedies that can be used. What is used in India can be used outside also.
Okay.
In fact, in India also I feel people come at later stages for Vastu consultation. It's the same thing there. So when we can manage out here, why not there? Anyone living abroad can get Vastu done. Anyone.
But how exactly is this remedy given to them?
It can be given in the form of sacred symbols,
Okay.
color therapies, which is very simple. Color therapies work very well. Good color therapies, zonal color therapies. And then we have Vedic symbols, what I told before. And then this Feng Shui articles.
Okay.
So they really work very well. These are called yantras.
Okay.
And they work very well with energies. They align all the 5 elements of nature, trying to balance each zone. So that's what people just think it's 4 zones, but there are 9 zones, 8 zones and 1 the center of the house. So all things can be balanced with remedies.
When it comes to yantras, I have a question.
Please tell me.
So yantras comes in like you have multiple people in the market right now.
Yes.
Where people tell that this yantra you put it here, that yantra you put it there, and that will sort your problems. But how do you get to know which is the actual ones and which are the actual scams?
See, I understand this is actually a very debatable question. What happens is, don't know whether they are selling it for money or what. That is what you want to ask
yeah.
me. See, the thing is, if you refer a good Vastu consultant, a good means you have to judge a Vastu consultant. Ki they will talk where it will give prosperity to you, the house. The house is balanced accordingly. So some places we have limitations there. You have to go in for yantras if you're not allowing me to break down the structure, if you're not allowing me to do changes of extensions and cut, which is very dangerous. I have proofs to tell that. Then I have to work with yantras. So you have to trust the knowledge. I'm not saying I'm being very rigid. It's having knowledge and how you imply it. So I don't think so yantra can cheat you. You need to be little aware also.
No, but if some person is just doing it for money and that yantra is wrongly charged to the house, then what
you've
would be
hired
the
a wrong
impact?
Vastu consultant.
And what would be the impact? How would be the...
So there's no negative impact as such.
Okay.
But what we were expecting, the prosperity to grow or opportunities to come in or stability in the house, I don't think so that will be seen.
So it's basically zero, like there's no
Zero.
defect.
If it is not, no, there's no negative as such.
Okay.
But I think yantras do help if it is properly charged. We give even those Vedic yantras, which are not only Feng Shui, they are Vedic yantras which are charged with mantras 108 times. We chant them in different modes. We charge them less and we give it to our client to deal with cuts and extensions, and we have very good Vedic symbols. So I don't say yantras they cheat you, but depends on how you have whom you have reached out to.
Okay. Ma'am, as an architect, me being an architect, I have few constraints on Vastu. Like Vastu is actually making me very rigid about my designs. Like you can't do this here, you can't do that there. So how do I deal with this?
Sir, this makes me laugh actually, because this is one thing where Vastu consultant architects do not match. So I've had loads of experience like this, wherein I give client my plan, and when client goes to the architect, his architect, and then he comes back to me again after 3 days, ki ma'am, this is not correct, I can't do this, I can't do. And surprisingly, after 4 days, he comes back with a conference call with the architect.
Okay.
Oh my God, that positions are so odd, but I feel we can go hand in hand. See, what happens is, you are giving them, making their homes, their dream come true. But what if it doesn't reap them that benefits? You know, what if there is deaths in the house, or what there's no fancy? Once the house is done, you're gone.
Yeah.
But then the consequences faced by families who live there, if it's not in peace and harmony, there's no point. I feel the architects should by themselves come forward. Ki sir, call a Vastu consultant, or I'll hire a Vastu consultant, so that there are no structural mistakes. See, I'm not asking you not to play with your colors and your elevations and all, but let's save the client from any kind of, diseases or any kind of mishappening due to these small mistakes. That's the sad part. People come very later stages, what I told you. So I think architects and Vastu consultants can go hand in hand without spoiling their elevation and plans. This is a debatable question. It will never end.
No, because even we had a client who's just telling my elevation in the northeast corner should be 1 inch extra. I was very skeptical on this one.
No, see, that's what is the thing where Vastu consult comes handy.
Okay.
If your northeast is getting extended or little extra, it is good.
Okay.
So it is actually enhancing the northeast, which is a prosperity zone. But again, when you come to southwest, if you extend that even a little extra, that person's stability will completely be shaken off.
Okay.
You might not notice it then and there, or maybe even the consequences are not felt immediately, but eventually you will feel the consequences. So there's no harm in hiring an architect and a Vastu consultant. We can coexist. It's nothing like that. We can coexist. It's a debatable concept, sir.
That is right. I think we have to work together is what you're telling.
Yes, so that we can benefit the buyer, the client who's going to live there.
Understood. Ma'am, this is one more thing that I have come across is few of my customers who are okay with Vastu, they come up with something again like a numerology.
Okay.
Like my number should match this, my number has a different Vastu, you need to follow different Vastu. Is it even true? Like each and every person has different thing according to their numbers?
See, blending numerology with Vastu, there are two angles here. Blending, it can be personal or situational, what you told me. See, personal, what I do is when I go for a Vastu visit, a client has combined 2 flats together. They need 4-bedroom house, so he takes 1 flat here and combines where I've used numerology Vastu. So when he combines two flats together, he generally says, "Ma'am, I can use door number 402 as well as 403. Please tell me which is more beneficial to me." Here I have used numerology. Okay, so you can take 402. This is a very good number. 6 is good. It aligns with your date of birth and energy. So this is one situation where I've used numerology. Nothing to be scared of. But yeah, again, numerology helps in one more point. Say I have done the Vastu consultation of a good house and I've come back and energies have aligned. According to me, I've done the best balancing and energies aligned. All best possible remedies I've given, and I get a call again after 40-45 days. Okay, I'm not seeing much of change. Then again, numerology comes in hand. Because see, there are these 3 layers of science. You have astrology, you have numerology, you have Vastu. One I have sorted. So left is numerology and astrology. So numerologically, how I can work is I will definitely look into his charts. So maybe he's in the right house, but wrong profession. That chart is not, suppose he's a real estate agent, that chart doesn't has real estate numbers. He's not seeing any growth in this. He's not having any illness. He's not having any financial crisis. He's not under debt. He's not under loans. He's not having any other problem, but he's not seeing growth in his work. He's not as balanced. Then I use my numerology. Then the numerology comes handy. Okay, let's see his chart. Sir, you're in the wrong profession. Your chart doesn't has real estate numbers. You should have been in, as a, you can maybe administration or maybe whatever his chart shows. It shows it very clearly. And one more place where I've used numerology in Vastu is, if there are some tendencies, okay, this house I have had so many tendencies, then the numerology chart helps a lot. One, the Vastu is not correct where I've been, and one, repeated numbers in their chart which I've analyzed.
Okay.
That definitely gives you. So definitely when you have these two problems together, it magnifies your problem. एक तो न्यूमरोलॉजी खराब, ऊपर से घर का वास्तु खराब, टेंडेंसीज दिखेंगे. तो इट मैग्निफाइज. तो जितना हम बैलेंस करके चलेंगे उतना अच्छा. इट्स लाइक दैट.
But how does numerology depends on, because there are multiple people in the house. So how are you calculating that numerology on what aspect?
See, जिसके घर पे नाम जिसके नाम पर घर है, we usually calculate on that. जिसके नाम पर घर है और living in that house, अब जैसे the owner of the house, a working member of the house lives in southwest. तो अगर उसको प्रॉब्लम दिख रही है, अगर बेटी में दिख रही है तो वो प्रॉब्लम अलग होगी.
Okay.
बेटी की शादी नहीं हो रही है. Okay, that means somewhere or the other your east is disturbed. So that troubles girls' marriage. And I'll tell her, okay, the remedy is put the girl in the northwest.
Northwest. I've heard this. Many of the people put their girls in the northwest.
Not only that, even for boys it's the same.
Okay.
And property नहीं बिकी तो भी northwest ही, क्योंकि that's our connection zone, Vayu zone. So that connects to the universe very fast.
Okay.
So there are reasons to support. So numerology is nothing as such कि डरने वाली चीज है, but it helps. It's like assisting your science.
Understood.
But together it does a great impact.
I think that's a great blend, I feel.
Yes, it is. If you take it positively.
I think numerology, Vastu,
and astrology.
And astrology, yeah. I think with that we can create wonders of the house.
Yes, we can. Yes.
From the practical side, if I see, people who are buying a house and people who are renting a house, do they need different kind of a Vastu? Because renting means people who are coming in are multiple people. It's not one single stagnant person who's coming.
So there's no different Vastu for them.
Okay.
It's the same. Vastu principles are the same and it aligns with you. ये मत सोचना कि मेरा अपना घर नहीं है तो चलता है तो क्या हो गया. I've called a Vastu consultant. He says ये गलत है. Why should I follow? A rental mentality, I'm telling you. When they come to a rented house, they check. नहीं ये मेन रोड ठीक नहीं है. The Vastu consultant. But then the owner says no, it's okay. हमने कौन सा रहना है. हमने तो 1 साल रहना है. हमारा घर नहीं है ये. But that's very wrong.
Okay.
Vastu energies align with you 21 days after you stay there. Once you start living there, own house तो चलो वास्तु कराना है, they are going to live there all their life, peace, harmony, stability and all those things. But rented people should think again and again. There's no thinking like वास्तु हमें नहीं लगेगा. It's like very simple. आप मुझे कल सुबह बुलाओ कि मैम आप चलो मेरे साथ लंच पे आओ, लंच पे घर आ जाओ.
Okay.
I don't know आपका rented house है या क्या है. आपने तो उसको घर बोल दिया. Ma'am, please come home for lunch. I'll say yeah, definitely I'll come. Come over to my place. When that my is there, you're living there. Energies are aligned to you. So how the Vastu principles will not harm you if it is wrongly placed? It will definitely impact. So never think if you're going for a rented house, चलेगा 1 साल की बात है, adjust कर लेंगे. No. Don't do that adjustments. Basic principles have to be followed. Dreaded things have to be avoided. Few things are really dreaded, needs to be avoided, whether rental or own house.
Okay.
So there's no difference.
Ma'am, we have all different choices of colors, each and every one person.
Yeah.
Like I like some color, you like some color, and somebody likes some other color. So even in Vastu, there's like in a particular room you need to have these colors. Like how is this possible?
That's where Vastu expert comes in, sir.
Okay.
Very simple. 9 zones, 9 planets, 9 colors.
Okay.
It's very, very simple. You have 9 zones, 9 planets, and each planet is attributed with its own color. Architects can actually play with those colors in the houses. They have to reach out कि which zone is suitable, attributes of that zone. For example, north. North का attribute is blue. I don't say color the whole wall blue, but you can add a touch of blue there. It definitely enhances the mood, the energy of that zone, because you're giving the natural color to that zone.
Maybe
So
like a water element or something.
Water element, a blue, maybe if you're generally in Vedic Vastu we don't allow fishes, but in Feng Shui it's a good add-on. So water with fishes is a great go in north. तो water element आ गया, fish आ गई, क्योंकि generally वहाँ toilets कोई नहीं रखवाता, kitchen कोई नहीं रखवाता, तो there is I don't say कमी, but there is no water element there. So once you add that water element and north is balanced, so your color is used.
Understood.
Same way goes with the east. East you use green. So colors actually, I feel it's great choice for modern Vastu. Great choice. You can work with elevations there also.
Yeah.
If your door is facing south or west, whatever, use that color na. So colors definitely. Otherwise, we generally keep them if there are not too many, because some people overuse the color. That is also not good.
Okay.
So you should use it in a minimal way where it is needed, and then this anti-colors also you have to be very careful with
Okay,
that. So Vastu consultant is needed here. He gives the right colors to choose for the
No,
areas.
because we have customers who's telling I need an orange kitchen because orange is very favorable to southeast.
Southeast, okay.
And the entire kitchen looks like very, very orange, and it's too
No,
eye
it's
hitting.
too bright. Yes,
Yeah.
yes. There are colors. See, that's what I said. Don't take too much of orange. It's overdone.
Yeah.
It's like आपको फीवर है और आप साउथ ईस्ट में जोन में लाइट जला के ठंडे पानी में you slept there with कम्बल and all, so your fever will increase. So it's like that. Just थोड़ा सा orange color, just as aesthetics, or actually as red. So but it's okay. So orange and red. So
Okay.
people do play with colors.
That's nice. Now I'm going to a little deeper in terms of Vastu.
Okay.
I think this is much more controversial. Is life and death related to Vastu? Is there any means of tragedy happening if the Vastu goes wrong?
See, I would not say कि Vastu is directly linked with life and death. But definitely it creates elements or spaces like this, if it is imbalanced, wherein your health, wealth, stability and your prosperity can be hindered. To go in for death and illness type of these things, so you have to look into other layers of energy. I told you, we have astrology, we have numerology, then we have Vastu. Vastu is just a part of all this. It's not it's just a part of a big picture, you can say. So when definitely it is just like if you have a northeast toilet, suppose you say, and your astrological chart is also weak, so definitely it will give you conditions of death-like situations.
Okay.
So Vastu alone is not doing this. I have at least in my experience, I haven't experienced that such कि नॉर्थ ईस्ट में उनको कैंसर हो गया या उनकी डेथ हो गई है. आप जब एस्ट्रोलॉजी देखोगे उसके साथ, तो there are layers of energies here, and we cannot forget other balancing agents also. We have karmas, we have lifestyles, we have our medical backgrounds.
Yes.
So definitely, I don't say Vastu is directly related to illness and death here. No. Just different layers of energy put together.
Okay.
So either they can, they can magnify your troubles, or they can ease your living.
And one more thing in terms of you tell these kind of haunted houses and all that. So in that way, is Vastu can do anything in such sort of things?
See, this is an external entity.
Okay.
Haunted houses, there is an external entity. We have heard about it and we have seen. That's what then this aura scanners come in to help.
Okay.
We as Vastu consultants, we use this aura scanners also.
Okay.
Wherein if they say we feel that something is negative here, or we can smell something different.
Okay.
That is also I've experienced. So we have this PY, BY, UY and all this. We check through our aura scanners. That's a different again field of science. Field of Vastu, but associated with Vastu.
Understood.
You can do those corrections also. You have powerful pujas, powerful homas. So this is here talking about external entities here.
But I'm very interested in that.
Oh, next time we can talk about it.
Sure. After life and death, I think another misfortune that people are trying to relate with Vastu is their infertility and miscarriages.
Okay, infertility, so you can see in two ways. What happens is if the couple is unfit medically, tell me how is Vastu going to help them? So that has no say here.
That's right.
But yeah, if you're fine, you're medically fit, then definitely Vastu plays a very important role. You have to do the structural checks get into touch with an Vastu expert.
Understood.
And the placements of bedrooms is very important, and the toilet positions are important.
Great.
So definitely this can be treated.
Sure. There is this saying that अगर हमने वास्तु सब ठीक करा लिया तो आदमी का प्रॉस्पेरिटी, उनका काम, उनमें जो भी पैसा आने वाला है वो सब ठीक हो जाएगा. दिस इज जस्ट लाइक देयर बिलीफ दैट हाँ ठीक है मैंने वास्तु ठीक करा लिया, उनके माइंडसेट में कुछ आ जाएगा क्या, जो भी हम करेंगे वो अच्छा ही हो जाएगा.
यस, अगर वास्तु कराया हुआ है एंड यू डोंट फॉरगेट द बेसिक रूल्स कि आपकी बाकी एनर्जीज बैलेंस्ड है एस्ट्रोलॉजिकली, न्यूमरोलॉजिकली, बिकॉज दैट इज वन लिमिटेशन देयर.
ओके.
आपका एस्ट्रोलॉजी चार्ट भी स्ट्रॉन्ग है, यू आर बॉर्न विद गुड प्लेसमेंट ऑफ स्टार्स एंड योर न्यूमरोलॉजी चार्ट इज रियली वेरी गुड. आई डोंट से वेरी वेरी गुड बट गुड इनफ. देन अगर आपने वास्तु कराया हो, definitely will make a difference. See what happens is we start with 9 zones. We actually grid 16 zones. But basic 9 zones भी आप अच्छे से balance कर लेते हो ना, तो actually वास्तु से आप बहुत prosper करते हो. Suppose we start with the northeast zone, which is right hand side corner. So that is actually called the clarity of mind. That zone. If that is balanced, just imagine your thought process. If your mind is clear, your thought process starts improving. You can think better. So your northeast is balanced. Now you come down to east. What are you doing here? Okay, east. It's giving me social networking. That means you're actually working. If that east is balanced, your social networking starts developing. You start taking, talking to people, and then you start getting work, giving work. That is your east is balanced. Come down to the right-hand side corner. That is your southeast. That is your fire element. If that is balanced in your house, you get the zeal to work, the spark to do work. आज मैंने ये गोल खत्म, ये मतलब ये मेरा गोल है, मैंने आज ये काम खत्म करना है. That comes from southeast. तो इफ दैट इज बैलेंस्ड, ऑब्वियसली आपका गोल, आप फोकस्ड रहोगे. यू विल नॉट फील लेथार्जिक, कल कर लेंगे ना, परसों कर लेंगे ना. नो, योर साउथ इज बैलेंस, यू विल डू इट. देन कम डाउन टू साउथ. If your south is balanced, you have a very sound sleep. You have a very sound sleep. You have, you are more clear in your thinking. Yes, now I can do this. You get up fresh. Come to southwest. If your southwest, if your bedroom is balanced, tell what changes. You're physically stable, physically satisfied, mentally well to do. You slept well, and you have good relationships with your family members. Southwest generally denotes relationships. So you're mentally happy, physically satisfied. Your relationships are good. That means your south is balanced. So you are prospering there. Next, come to west. You will start seeing your profit and gains there. The west denotes profit and gains. Once your west is balanced, you can see profit and gains. It also denotes your relationship with the employer-employee. If that is balanced, tell me what can stop you from being prosperous. Go to northwest, the next direction, which we say 9 zones, the 7th direction. When you go to northwest, you have good support system. Maybe in your office, maybe if you're working under somebody, or if you're working with somebody, your support system becomes very stronger if your northwest is balanced at home. Then come to the north. North is again a zone of growth, prosperity, stability, opportunities. So if your north is balanced, what not you can do. Then I told you one 9th zone, which is the center. That's called the Brahmasthan. That is called the remote control of all these zones. We call it in the layman's language. When that is balanced, you don't have any dosha in your center of the house. Ultimately, your 8 zones are balanced. So this is a complete balancing thing, what we do with elements and attributes of the zones. So it definitely affects your prosperity.
Let's be blunt. These high-profile people, even they follow Vastu.
Yes, Vastu sab karwate hai, sir. Even when they go to buy a land, they hire a Vastu consultant. I mean, they hire the Vastu experts. They buy a land, they hire a Vastu consultant. They look for different sites, properties, and even while construction, or even while they are renovating their houses, they hire a Vastu consultant.
Okay.
And even I would say more than that, they might not believe that much. उनको लगता है कि रिस्क क्यों लेना, करवा लेते हैं. They want to get more stabilized thought कि भाई stability तो आ रही है, let's get it done. पता नहीं believe कितना करते हैं. Because somehow they don't want to come out in public and tell कि हमने वास्तु करवाया है. Because I get a call when I've done a couple of cases in Bangalore. Post consultation I get a call कि मैम it's okay, आप post मत डालना हमारा, social media पे मत डालना. तो yeah.
I think it's like something like their status or something like that.
वो भी हो सकता है, people might judge भी हो सकता है. और
because the only famous thing that I have heard is I think Ambani bought the house, got constructed, and after 3 years he moved in because he saw there's some Vastu defect.
वही तो कह रही हूँ, वास्तु सब करवाते हैं सर.
Honestly speaking, how much can a layman be with basic vastu, he can analyze only with his eyes? And what are the mistakes that they do without even consulting a vastu consultant?
See, as a layman, if you want to just check on a basic upper level, it's only 40 to 50%.
Okay.
Because what happens is later the danger zones, if it's overlooked by any chance, then he will face consequences. And major mistakes, what you're telling is something very good here. I feel that sometimes people just open the compass, they don't even know how to see a compass from the house. I've seen many people, मतलब कॉम्पस पकड़कर ऐसे खड़ा होना है कि ऐसे खड़ा होना है. There's a big, कॉम्पस लेके बाहर जाना है. Is it south facing, east facing, west facing? They are not clear. They don't know the true north and true south. That is one of the biggest mistakes here, I feel. बाकी लेमैन से once you enter the house, ठीक है भाई, अगर आपको कॉम्पस देखना था जहाँ पे बेसिक, अगर आप कॉम्पस देख सकते हो and you know the true south, true north, you're good to go. But अगर कॉम्पस रीडिंग ही आपकी गलत है, then definitely you need I don't say expert vastu advice, but definitely you need basic vastu advice, because holding the camera, telling the positions is very important. This is one mistake. Second mistake I would like to quote is social media again. सुन के आपका साउथ वेस्ट भारी होना चाहिए, ऊंचा होना चाहिए, बिल्डिंग में सबसे ऊंचा. You climb up your terrace today, if you know to see compass, आप देखना सबने साउथ वेस्ट में वाटर टैंक्स बना लिए. ऊंचा भी हो गया, वेरी हैवी, एंड हैवी भी हो गया. But sir, southwest is an earth element. It is not a water element. आपने क्या किया है, अर्थ को तो वहाँ पे आपने टैंक तो बना दिया, बट आपने खाली नहीं छोड़ा, उसमें आपने पानी भर दिया. तो again, that's a big vastu defect. This is a common mistake, which I have seen generally people do. It is not a place, southwest is not a zone for overhead water tanks. It is okay for a open water tank. There's no water in it. Just you can take the lift room up or maybe elevate a little on that southwest की height हो गई, heavy भी हो गया. But don't take water element. Jal Tattva is north. You're bringing Jal Tattva in southwest. It is going to trouble you. Then you will have again illness, death-related illness. You will have stomach cancers or maybe different things. What you relate to that. So there you have to be very careful. These are the basic common mistakes I have noticed.
Partial vastu क्या खराब वास्तु होता है? Like we can just ignore vastu, or can I even take as a partial vastu as a good vastu?
There's nothing called partial vastu. I say vastu is incomplete.
Okay.
Simply incomplete. क्या होता है, थोड़ी बहुत adjustments आप करके positivity को थोड़ा तो increase कर लोगे. But the bigger picture is you can't balance structural defects. You need a vastu help, vastu expert help. Because see, वो छोटे-छोटे जैसे plants हो गए, जो आपने mirrors बोला, they are all small things. But the big picture is just structural thing, which is very important. So I'd not say it's little incomplete. I'd say partial. It's incomplete vastu.
Ma'am, as an architect, I've seen these builder floor plans. It is just a replicate of each and every floor plan. एक floor बनाते हैं और उसका replicate करते हैं. तो in that way, I think that vastu implement कैसा कर सकते हैं?
Sir, कई builders तो I feel they take shortcuts to save on cost, space, and maybe even the construction cost, because they need to go in for repeated drawings, repeated map works, I think. What do you say? Blueprints. So that is again I think an expensive affair. तो वो करते तो होंगे. Cost. इसमें क्या होता है, फिर वास्तु डिस्टर्ब होता ही होता है. Then you definitely need a वास्तु help, because उसमें से किचन की भी डिस्प्लेसमेंट होती है और वॉशरूम्स की भी डिस्प्लेसमेंट हो जाती है. दूसरा, some builders I feel are genuinely constrained with less of space limitation हो गया, structural limitation हो गया, क्योंकि बहुत सारे flats उन्होंने एक ही रो में खड़ा करना होता है. कई तो genuinely लगते हैं, but कई लगते हैं कि they can make better plans. लगता है ऐसे. That's why I say when these builders construct, I really, it's like a request to them कि please consult a vastu consultant. Just do the basic principles, so that dreaded things are avoided. And बाकी corrections हो सकती है, but कई ऐसी चीज़ें जिसकी corrections हो ही नहीं सकती. So it's very hard to convince the builder, the constructor वाला कि the contractor कि भाई don't give them those placements जिसकी remedy करना थोड़ा मुश्किल है. जिसकी remedies हो सके, we can do that.
I think the buyers will be ending up in the loss.
That's the whole thing. It boils down to that कि I think the buyer should be ultimately satisfied. So they should hire a vastu consultant at the starting stages itself, just for basic. Don't go too much into deep. इसका mirror का लगाऊं, इसका bed का लगाऊं. But at least हाँ भाई basic ठीक है, अंदर आप अपने आप करवा सकते हैं. So that is a very good go.
Okay. I think this is the most controversial question, I think. So I'm just varying in terms of how we have divided India as North India and South India. We have different climates, different traditions, different culture that is going across. And how do you think even the Vastu of each and every part of our country is not varying and is on a stagnant basis?
सर आई थिंक वास्तु इज यूनिवर्सल. जब हम कहते हैं वेद और पुराण सबके लिए एक है, व्हेन वी से वी फॉलो द सेम टेक्स्ट, मे बी रिलीजन्स अलग अलग है, वी हैव सिख, वी हैव हिंदूज, वी हैव मुस्लिम्स, वी हैव क्रिश्चियंस, टेक्स्ट अलग होंगे, बट बेस रूट इंडिया का जो है विच वी हिंदुइज्म फॉलोज इज योर वेद्स एंड पुराण. जब वो एक है, नॉर्थ एंड साउथ का पोल्स एक है, और यू से sun rises in the east and sets in the west. So how is Vastu principles different for South India and North India? Core principles तो universally रहेंगे. तो this I have had before also issue. थोड़े बहुत words में यहाँ वहाँ हो सकता है कि हम जैसे साउथ इंडिया में भी से कुबेर मूले, देव मूले, अग्नि मूले, तो वहाँ पे वो डिफरेंट वे में होते हैं. अग्नि द्वार, पानी का फ्लो का द्वार, तो देर आर डिफरेंट नेम्स टू इट, बट आई थिंक वास्तु कोर प्रिंसिपल्स इज गोइंग टू रिमेन यूनिवर्सल. There is no much change in Vastu principles as such. हाँ, geographically आप जो climate कह रहे हैं, geography, जैसे to say North India, climates are extremes, harsh winters, very bad summers. So accordingly they might do some kind of structural changes, like balconies होनी तो north और north east में ही चाहिए, शायद वो balconies को ढक दें किसी light material से, but balconies आएगी तो north east में ही आएगी, चाहे वो north हो या south हो. और अगर क्लोज जो अगर हैवी पार्ट जो रहना है घर का, इफ इट हैज टू बी साउथ वेस्ट, इट हैज टू बी साउथ वेस्ट, वेदर बी इट नॉर्थ और बी इट साउथ.
ठीक है, तो माइनर करेक्शंस थोड़ा रहेगा इन टर्म्स ऑफ हाउ वी लुक इनटू द माइनर थिंग्स.
प्लस योर कल्चरल ट्रेडिशंस कि कैसा है हमारा, कि हमारा ऐसा चलता है. हम एक प्रेयर रूम, जैसे आई सीन सम, आई हैव डन वन और टू मारवाड़ी हाउसेस, तो व्हाट दे हैव देयर ओन प्रेयर रूम, दैट इज रियली वेरी नाइस टू हैव दिस मेडिटेशन रूम अदर दैन द पूजा रूम. तो उनका कल्चरल ट्रेडिशन डिमांड्स वन मोर रूम, where they can meditate peacefully. So we need to give them that room in that particular zone, which is good for meditation. So that cultural differences I understand, but Vastu core principle is going to remain universal, whether be it South India or North India.
Across your complete experience, we would like to listen one of the most important that even you're very like, I'm very satisfied with this customer, I've given the best that I could do.
Serious example बोले तो I had done a house in Hyderabad. She's a तो शी हैड लॉट ऑफ इश्यूज विद हर चिल्ड्रन. तो घर देखा, सब कुछ देखा, सब प्लेसमेंट्स देखी. इट वाज द मेन डोर. जनरली हम नॉर्थ ईस्ट का मेन डोर सजेस्ट नहीं करते हैं. कभी कभी सूट हो जाता है, जैसे मैंने बोला एस्ट्रोलॉजिकली, बट कभी कभी वो सूट नहीं होता. शी हैड 2 चिल्ड्रन, तो यंगर द ओल्डर वन वाज ऑलवेज सिक. तो वी ट्राइड आउट ऑल रेमेडीज, सब हो चुका था. देन आई सेड नहीं, दिस इज एक्चुअली ट्रबलिंग हर. अब डोर को तो शी कुड नॉट शिफ्ट, दो वी हैड डन फॉर 4-5 रेमेडीज हियर एंड देयर, बट मेन डोर्स वाज शिफ्टिंग वाज लिटिल डिफिकल्ट एंड इट वाज कॉजिंग अ ट्रबल. प्लस बेटे का चार्ट भी थोड़ा वीक था, तो उसका सजेशन तो यही था. मैंने उसको जो सजेशन दिया कि भाई प्लीज चेंज योर हाउस, एंड एक्चुअली शी डिड. मुझे लगा पता नहीं करेगी नहीं करेगी, बट एक्चुअली शी डिड, एंड इट्स बीन आई थिंक मोर देन अ ईयर और सो. वी आर स्टिल इन गुड कम्युनिकेशन कॉन्टैक्ट्स एंड शी इज वेरी हैप्पी. बेटे की तबीयत भी काफ़ी वीक तो है, वो तबीयत तो खराब, बट इट्स नॉट द ड्रेडेड वाली सिचुएशन जो पहले थी. तो शी इज वेरी हैप्पी. वी आर स्टिल इन, शी हरसेल्फ डज लॉट ऑफ पॉडकास्ट नाउ. आई एम हैप्पी.
That's very
Ultimately,
nice.
Vastu is bringing in balance, giving in harmony, giving solutions without being very rigid, giving them correct knowledge, correct information कि हम इसलिए ये कर रहे हैं. Even the सामने वाला is inquisitive to know कि आप ये क्यों कर रहे हो. It's okay, let them know you are not doing something wrong. If you have time, explain them as a layman language. भाई यहाँ पे कट है, ये तकलीफ आएगी आपको, डेथ्स आएंगे, या आपका क्या कहते हैं उसको, लेडीज़ की, लेडीज़ ऑल्सो वी कैन जज द हेल्थ वेरी वेल ऑफ लेडीज़ इफ एनी जोन इज डिस्टर्ब. स्पीक टू देम, यू कैन डू इट विद नॉलेज. ज़रूरी नहीं है आपको फोर्स करना है उनको. इट्स अबाउट मेकिंग देम अंडरस्टैंड इन लेमैन लैंग्वेज कि यस, वास्तु इज नॉट हार्मफुल, इट्स जस्ट लिविंग इन पीस एंड हार्मनी.
That's really nice. Thank you, Sandhya ma'am. That was
Thank
a
you so
really
much.
eye-opening kind of a conversation. I think with this, people will get to know that Vastu is not just only about space planning and just walls. It's much more in deeper.
Yes.
And for the last, I would want a small advice from your end.
Yeah, I'd like to advise the audience कि as he said, Vastu is very logical. Like whatever we do in Vastu, there is a reason behind it. It's a proper science. So anyone I feel who is getting Vastu done due to any reason, either you're buying a house or renovating your old house or recreating spaces, please consult your expert Vastu expert, and if there is you have questions to ask, please ask them. Don't hesitate to ask any question, because every question there is a logic reasoning behind it. You will find it regarding colors, regarding placements, anything, cuts, extensions. They have reasons for everything. So you should know the reason. Come forward, ask them, don't hesitate, but definitely get a Vastu help, because you can live in peace and harmony taking the help of Vastu. Thank you.
That's perfectly said, ma'am. I think the viewers also enjoy this session. Viewers, please follow Sandhya ma'am at Sandhya_numero Vastu. Please subscribe Brick and Bolt for such more conversations. Until next time, see ya.